Hey guys, so today I have another comparison video, and this is going to be with miniature guitar amps. I guess you can call these micro amps or mini amps. These are very small, portable electric guitar amps. They're battery powered and they're about the size of a Bluetooth speaker, I would say, like one of those portable Bluetooth speakers. Generally, this is the smallest type of guitar amp that you can play and sound reasonably good, I guess. There are smaller amps like the ones you clip onto your belt and stuff like that, but I find those like kind of more like novelty items. These ones are actually usable guitar amps, and they're probably like the smallest ones you can get. Yeah, like there are like bigger amps, like the next level up would be the busking amps, like my Vox Mini 5, where you can plug in a microphone and they have like some tuners and stuff like that, and like some ones have drum machines and microphone inputs built in, but that's like another level where it's not quite as portable as these. So yeah, I just wanted to do this comparison because I've always been interested in these small like battery powered amps, and I just wanted to see which one sounds the best, which one has the best features for me. I have played a few of them before. The Vox Rhythm Vox, I think. I had played before, and I had that one, and it wasn't very good. The one actually I had the most experience with out of this is the Boss Katana Mini. This one I actually owned for about a year, back in maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, and it actually sounded pretty decent for the size. But at that time, you know, I didn't have all these other amps to compare with, so I didn't actually know if this was the best sounding for the price or not, but this sounded pretty good to my ears back in the day. I also had a Yamaha THR5 before as well, but that's actually like a bigger, more expensive amp than any of these. I wanted to get amps around the same price range to compare. So going from right to left, I guess, is in order of the cheapest to the most affordable to the most expensive. So I'm going to compare 5 amps, and all these 5 are under $200 US. Actually, all of them are under $150 US, so they're not too expensive. Like the Yamaha THR5 is, I think that one's like over 200 bucks. So yeah, didn't make this video, but I will talk about these 5 because they're all under 200 bucks. So I think it's a good comparison. So first we have the Donner Cyclops, which is the cheapest out of all these at only $75 US. Yes, it's very, very cheap. And part of the reason is because Donner is a Chinese company. They're well known for making like knockoffs, I guess, of popular products. So they make, you know, like knockoff Strats, knockoff Tellys, very cheap pedals, and yeah, I guess they make very cheap guitar amps as well. I actually didn't originally want to put this in this video because it actually did not match up to the price range of these other ones, but I have a friend who's a huge fan of Donner, and he really wanted me to put it in the shootout. So okay. So yeah, this is for you, Tony. Okay, I'm putting this Donner in for you as part of the shootout video. And yeah, I'll be actually surprised at how well this performs if it matches up with these more expensive ones. The next most expensive is actually the Boss Katana Mini. This is about $125, I would say. Yeah, so around like $125, Katana Mini. And actually the Nux Mighty Might BT Mark II, these are both pretty much around the same price. They're both around 125 bucks. Boss is well known as a Japanese manufacturer. They're owned by Roland, and they're most well known for making guitar pedals, but they also make amplifiers as well, the Katana amplifiers. And I've only ever had experience with the Katana Mini, actually. I know they have bigger Katana amplifiers, like tube amplifiers and stuff, but never really tried them. They seem to be kind of derivative of the Roland Blues series. So the Roland has like Blues Cube, and like they have the busking amps. Yeah, so like the Cube, I guess, series. So I guess the Katana has a few amps kind of based on the Roland amps. But yeah, Boss Katana Mini, this one I have the most experience with, so I'm quite familiar with this one. Nux, I'm not quite as familiar with. Is this an American company? Yeah, I mean, Shure Technology, okay. Yeah, so I guess this company is known for, I guess, being kind of like Positive Grid. So these are both kind of startup American companies that are making like these amps that have a lot of smart features in them. So I haven't really tried any Nux product before. I am familiar with Positive Grid because I have their Spark Mini, but this is an even smaller amplifier than the Spark Mini. The Spark Mini is actually probably around this size, and I'm not putting it in this video because it's actually much more expensive than any of these. But yeah, the Spark Mini is probably around this size, and then the Spark Go is just the tiniest out of all of them. But yeah, ironically, actually, So the Laney actually would be the next expensive one, around $135 US, and this is from a historic British amplifier company. They've been around since the 1960s. Never tried any of their products before, so pretty interested in this one. And then the most expensive, $150 US, is the Positive Good Spark Go. Ironic, because this is the smallest amp out of all these in size, and yet it's the most expensive. So anyways, we'll see if that price is justified or not. So yeah, let's do the unboxings, and then we'll do a comparison shootout of the different tones you can get from these amps and see which one comes out on top. All right, let's do the unboxing. So we'll start out with the Donner first. Donner Cyclops. All right, let's see what this is here. Okay, so here we go, Donner Cyclops. We have a little sticker here, Cyclops. Huh. This is the manual here, say. It's a pretty basic manual here. It's only like 2 pages, but yeah, basically just tells you the inputs and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I can probably figure this out, but actually, this one actually has a drum loop built in, which is really cool. Yeah, I don't think that's a feature that's in all of these other amps. There might be, but yeah, this one has a drum machine built in. That's really cool for something that's so small and tiny, actually. And okay, here are the different amp models that it emulates. Jazz Clean is based on a legendary Jazz Clean amp. I wonder what that is. Jazz Chorus or something? Like a Roland? I'm not sure. Fender Tweed Deluxe. That's the Tweed Deluxe, of course, very famous. Maybe that's a... Actually, there's no such models of Tweed Deluxe, right? Do they mean the basement? Marshall JCM 800, Vox AC30, top boost, PV5150, Mezubui, dual rectifier, and a flat output. Flat output is just a line-in input. If you want to plug in like a microphone or keyboard or something, then you can use the flat output. But yeah, I wonder what the Jazz Clean amp and the Tweed Deluxe. There's no model as the Tweed Deluxe. I think they mean the Bassman. So that's the most famous Tweed amp. Yeah, and yeah, it has a drum machine built in. That's really cool. Wasn't expecting that for an amp of... Like, this is $75. This is the cheapest one out of all of them by far. And it's small, so I'm surprised there's a drum machine. Oh, that's what it looks like. And it comes with... yep, this is a AC adapter, of course. And you have a USB-C cable to connect it to your computer, which I guess can you load in effects from your computer as well? Interesting. I wonder if that USB port is for loading in something from a computer, or is it powered by the computer? So, okay, so yeah, the USB jack is for firmware updates or for power supply. So it's actually cool because that means that you can power this either with a DC jack or a battery. Looks like it takes in 6 AA batteries. Or you can power it with USB. So you have 3 different ways of powering this. That's really cool. Very versatile here. Yeah. So yeah, you can either power it with the mains power, or you can power it with your battery pack, if you have a portable battery pack, or you can power it with batteries. That's really, really convenient. Headphone out here and an aux in. And the actual design of this is similar-ish, I would say, to a lot of old school like Fenders, but they're trying to get the TV look going on here, I guess, but it's also different at the same time. So it's kind of their own unique design, kind of like inspired by a lot of vintage amps. I think maybe a lot of Gresh amps. I remember vintage Gresh amps or Epiphone amps would kind of look like this too, or Valco amps maybe. One master volume knob right on the front of the amp here, and then on top here you have a lot more inputs here. So you got the guitar input, you got the drum volume. Like I said, there's a drum machine here, which is really cool. So you got the drum volume here. I think you can use this to configure the drums. So you can tap here to hold the tuner, tap tempo, tap tempo. You can hold for a built-in tuner here. You can play the drum machine right there. Power button right here. You have Bluetooth connection. So wait a minute, Bluetooth connection. Is this thing wireless? Or no, I think the Bluetooth connection would be playing from your phone. Okay, yeah, I understand what it is for now. Okay, so Bluetooth means you can actually play something from your phone and it comes out through this guitar amp. So you can use it as a portable Bluetooth speaker if you wanted to, or if you have a backing track on your phone, instead of using the aux for your backing track, you can actually just play it from your phone. That's super cool. I think it's a really cool feature. Yep, power button right here, and then you have volume, tone, and gain. You have your different types of amps here. Your Jazz Clean, your Tweed, UK 800 would be the JCM 800, Vox AC30, your PV 5150, which is the Eddie Van Halen sound, the Brown sound, rectifier, US rectifier is just the Mesa Boogie. And yeah, that's your different amps. You have a total of 7 different selections here. You also have built-in effects here. So you have a chorus and you have a tremolo built in, and you have a delay, a warm delay or a pure delay. I'm not sure what that exactly means. Warm delay or pure delay, and reverb. You have room reverb and a plate reverb. So all in all, I'm very impressed with the amount of features you have in this small, cheap amp. So for 75 bucks US, not only do you get a small battery-powered amplifier, but so many features here as well. You have Bluetooth pairing, you got drum machine here, you got all these effects. So it's really cool, actually. So certainly no one can complain about the value for the money that you get from Donner. Okay, they're not a well-known brand or anything because they're Chinese, but yet, you know, they definitely give you a lot of features for the price. Okay, next up is the Boss Katana Mini here. Katana means Japanese sword, of course, and that's the line that Boss decided to name their amplifiers. This one should actually be pretty big. It might be actually the biggest out of all these amplifiers. Oh man, okay, they give you, wow, they comes with 6 AA batteries. So generous of Boss to give you that. Didn't expect that. Donner never gave us that. Okay, so here's the Boss Katana Mini instruction manual. Okay. So here's the instruction manual here. Boss Katana Mini, equalizer, top panel. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to figure this out by myself. I have owned this amp before, so don't really need to read that, but there it is. Okay. By the way, guys, I did a shootout between the Boss Katana Mini and the Vox Rhythm Vox many years ago, and the Boss Katana Mini just killed it. It's a much bigger amp too than the Rhythm Vox, but still, the Boss Katana Mini absolutely destroyed the Vox Rhythm Vox in the head-to-head matchup there. So yeah, I didn't have the Vox Rhythm Vox in this video just because there wouldn't be a point. I already compared it to the Boss Katana Mini. I already know the Boss Katana Mini is better, so I don't need to put that one in the video here. This is probably the biggest out of all these amps here in size. It still fits on your desktop very easily, still fits in your backpack very easily, but definitely still the biggest out of here. So yeah, it comes with this little handle here, and it does not come with a 9-volt adapter. I think that's why they gave you the batteries. You have to supply your own, and I think you should be able to use the same adapter that you use for any of their pedals. Should be fine. But yeah, here's the 6 AA batteries, same as the Donner. Aux in here, and our headphone out. So that nice have a carrying handle here. I like the design. It's very modern design as compared to the Donner's more vintage looking design. Boss is more modern. Okay, so you got your guitar input. Then you have your gain right here and your master volume right here. You have 3 different types of I guess sounds here. You have clean sound, and you have your crunch sound, which I guess clean sound would be based on a Fender. I generally think of silver face Fenders or black face Fenders. That's the typical clean sounds. Crunch, which I think of typically a Marshall Plexi or a Marshall JCM 800 for that. And then brown, which I typically think of this as this is an Eddie Van Halen reference, I know, but I'm thinking this is more like a Soldano or a Mesa Boogie type of sound. But brown technically is based on Eddie Van Halen's like PV 5150 or Hot Rod and Marshalls. Which essentially is a Mesa Boogie, right? Those are essentially Hot Rod Marshalls. So yeah, you have your 3 types of sounds there. Definitely does not compare to the Donner in terms of features, that's for sure. There's no drum machine. There's you can't select the different types of amps and stuff, and there's no effects. So definitely kind of sparse when it comes to the features compared to the Donner. But we'll see about the sound quality is important too, right? So We'll see. I definitely remember liking the sound quality from the Katana Mini, being pretty impressed by it. Then you have your 3-band EQ here, your bass, middle, and treble. Then you have your delay. Actually, it does have an effect. My bad. It has one effect, which is delay. So you can turn up the time on the delay and the level on the delay. And then your power switch right there. So yeah, pretty sparse overall. It just has one effect. It does not have the drum machine or the amp selection types like on the Donner. All right, next let's take a look at the Nux Mighty Mite Bluetooth Mark II. Yeah, so I've not experienced any Nux products before, but it looks like this one you need an app to use it or not. I'll try using it without the app to see how far I get. Okay, so first you get here. Okay, so first you get this quick start guide or instruction manual thing. All right, you get some stickers. Don't care about that. Warranty card right here. Right, Nux. Desktop modeling amplifier. Okay, thank you for purchasing. This is Laney in 2018. Effects for audio effects. Comes with acoustic IRs and okay, yeah. So this is definitely like more like Positive Grid and has the whole app experience built into here. You can customize the presets through the app. It can be used as a USB recording interface. That's really cool. So, and yeah, this is just the instructions, and I highly recommend using the app with it. I'm gonna see just what it sounds like without the app, though. Like I know you can customize it using the app and stuff, but we'll see what I can do without the app. Or maybe you do need the app to really get the most of it, of course. Okay. Well. Take a look. It has 3-watt output power. Okay. If I remember correctly, this might be the least powerful out of all of these in terms of the wattage. 3 watts is definitely, I mean, we're talking about solid state watts, right? Not 2 watts. Solid state watts, 3 watts is not a lot. If it was a 2 watt, then yeah, 3 watts tube would be a lot, but the solid state, no, it's not that much. What do we get here? We get, AC adapter probably. Yep, so you get your AC adapter. I can probably just reuse the same AC adapter for all these, I think, since they all should take in pretty much the same power supply. Okay, and here's the amp. More or less around the same size as the Donner, I'd say. So here's the Nux. Okay, the Mighty Lite Mark II. So this is a second revision. So yeah, 3 watts of power, which is not a lot for a solid state amp. It's really, if it was tube, sure, but it's not. It's solid state, so it's really not a lot. There's no handle. I would have appreciated if they have some sort of easier way to grip it, but that's okay. The back here, let's see, the battery is powered by. All right, so just like with the Boss and the Donner, we have 6 AA batteries here to power this thing. It seems like all of these generally require around the same amount of power, so yeah, 6 AA batteries. I haven't checked the battery life though, that might actually be different, but they all do require the same amount of batteries. Then you have a mains power, the DC adapter right there, and then the USB-C input to connect to your computer as a recording interface, which is really cool. That's an extra feature this one has. And let's look at the controls here. So you have the guitar input, your gain, your volume, your tone, your reverb / delay. So it has that reverb effect and delay effect right here. Your headphone out, your aux in, power button. You have tap tempo and a drum machine here. So just like with the Donner, you actually have a built-in drum machine, which is cool. You have tap tempo, play pause for drums, and you hold for a preset here. You have Bluetooth connection here, so you can connect to your smartphone. So it has a lot of features that Donner has. Of course, this is more expensive, but it also has like an app that you can use to customize it further. So that's pretty cool. And you can also use it as a, I guess you can connect it to your computer to use as a recording interface or something. So that's also a nice extra feature. So yeah, I do like the amount of features on the Nux, even though it doesn't seem to be as powerful as the other ones. But yeah, it's roughly around the same size as the Donner Cyclops. The Donner still has, actually, I shouldn't say that. The Donner doesn't have that amp. So I should say roughly it's, yeah, the Donner does have the built-in amps and stuff like that and a few more effects. But then again, the Nux has the app. so you can customize some of that. So yeah, very fully featured amp, definitely more than the Boss Katana. All right, next, let's look at the Laney. This is the Laney Mini STB Lion. So, design engineered by Laney Amplification in the United Kingdom. Very British company here. Classic British amplification since 1967. 6 watts. See, this contains double the amount of power of the Nux. See, that's why I'm saying 3 watts isn't a lot for solid state. This one's 6 watts, and I think the Nux is the least powerful out of all these. 6 watts should be a lot. 2x3, well, it's not a lot, but it should be a lot for a small amp like this. 2x3 custom drivers, headphone socket, aux input. Yep. Oh, free in 3-month subscription to Ultimate Guitar. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so you get the Laney, the manual thing here. Okay. Okay, what do we get here? Oh, we have a. Oh, okay, that's just the registration. There's no app, I don't think, for this one. You get the warranty here. They're really proud of their British heritage, and you get your 3 months of Ultimate Guitar Pro. I'm fine with that. I use Guitar Pro actually, so I just download the Guitar Pro tabs. Okay, this is general instructions, safety instructions, no one cares about that. Okay, here, oh, really? I thought this was going to be some kind of instruction booklet or something. I opened it up and just stickers. Oh, okay. But, really? Stickers? Why would I want a sticker of their pedals? A sticker of their amplifiers and... why? I don't understand this. Okay, I thought this was going to be like some kind of quick start guide or, you know, instruction manual. It's just a bunch of stickers. Okay, weird. Anyways, I should be able to figure this out even if there's no instruction manual. I just got fooled there. I think it's like, you would think that was an instruction manual, but nope. That's just a bunch of stickers. Like, why would I want a sticker of their pedals anyways? Where would I put that? Okay, oh, it comes with, oh, interesting. It comes with 3.5 to 3.5 millimeter for connecting the aux input to your phone or something. That's if your phone has a headphone jack, by the way. So, yeah, this is the Laney Mini STB Lion. My first Laney product, actually. I was always been curious about Laney's amplifiers, but never got the chance to really try one. Okay, so the battery compartment's actually on the bottom, not the back. And, ooh, just, why do you need this? Do you need to dry this out or something? Yep, same as the other ones, 6 AA batteries. What a surprise. They all take in pretty much the same amount of power. Okay. Why is there silica gel here, though? That's something, well, maybe to keep it fresh. You want to keep your battery compartment fresh, I guess. Okay, so I like the look of this. This is a very nice look. It's, yeah, almost like Tolex. Gives me like a... Actually looks more like a boutique amplifier to me, right? It's got this nice like blue Tolex covering. In terms of the appearance, I think I like the Laney the best so far. Really nice, beautiful looking, almost boutique amp looking amplifier. So pretty nice. Actually look at the back first. We just have the DC input here. That's it. And then actually it says it's Bluetooth too. So, okay. So the front here, this is a Lionheart series. So Laney makes a bunch of different amplifiers, and this is their Lionheart series, I guess. Input, gain, level, tone, delay. So they have one effect here, just like with the Boss Katana Mini, they only have this delay effect. Volume, that's master volume, I think, and then power. Switch, headphone out, aux in, and this LSI thing, I'll have to take a look what that means. I'm not exactly sure what this LSI thing is. Level, this is a level for what actually? They don't have a loop or something here, right? A drive. This is the overdrive channel. So they might have 2 different channels on this amp. So you press this in for the overdrive channel, I guess. There's another channel on this amp. And then the Bluetooth connection, which you can connect to your phone. So overall, the features on here are pretty much similar to the Boss Katana Mini. So not a whole lot of features. Although I'm curious what this level is. I wonder what that's for. And you only have 2 channels here. You only have the overdrive channel and the clean channel. The Katana Mini has that extra brown channel as well. So yeah, in terms of features, it's not a lot. But the basic sound of this amp might be good. So yeah, we'll see about that. All right. Not a lot of documentation for this amp too. Like, they didn't give us even an instruction manual, but a bunch of stickers. Last but not least is the Positive Grid Spark Go smart guitar bass amp, and it's a Bluetooth speaker. Smart jam, so definitely Positive Grid comes with an app. They highly recommend you use this app. I'm pretty familiar with Positive Grid because I've owned 2 of their products before. I had their yeah, I have the Positive Grid 40 amp before, and I also have the mini amp. This is their smallest amp though. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine a guitar amp being smaller than this. This is already super tiny. This is definitely the smallest amp out of all these here. It's really as small as the smallest Bluetooth speakers I've seen. So yeah, hard to imagine them making anything smaller than this. I already thought the mini was pretty small. To be honest, the mini is actually the size of this, but then the Go is like, price-wise, the Go is actually more expensive than all these, even though like the mini is actually the size of these. That's what's interesting. It's like the Go seems like it should be cheaper, right, given the size of this thing. And the mini should be actually around this price, but you know, I don't know, maybe Positive Grid has a lot of belief in their app. I mean, to be honest, like, I have used the Positive Grid Spark Mini for like 2 years already, and it does sound really good. So yeah, maybe the Go will surprise me despite the fact that it's so small. It might just have a sound that just blows the others away, who knows. Okay, so here's a quick start guide, Positive Grid. You got the amplifier, alternate grill, which is nice, carrying that strap button. You, of course, they recommend you to use the app just like with the Nux. You use a guitar amp, and you can also use it as a Bluetooth speaker. So this thing actually is a 2-in-1. You can use it as a Bluetooth speaker and an amp, but also I should note that most of these also let you use it as a Bluetooth speaker, right? So even the Donner, you can use the Donner as a Bluetooth speaker. It has Bluetooth functionality. The Laney has it as well. The Nux has it. The only one that you can't use as a Bluetooth speaker out of here is the Boss Katana Mini. So yeah, most of the other amps here you can also use as Bluetooth speakers. So that's not really a standout feature anymore. Comes with a lanyard strap with a fake leather type of texture there. Then this is an alternate grill. So they give you another grill. I guess they have swappable grills like they do on the other Spark amps. And then it comes with a USB-C cable right here. And then the amp itself, which is tiny. So like I said, this amp is really the tiniest out of all the amps here. Okay. Oh god, okay. Let's take a look here. Man, this is really tiny. I mean, I can hold this one in the palm of my hand. That's how tiny it is. I'm honestly shocked they can make a guitar amp out of this. Okay, so what is this thing? It's like some kind of nail? What is this thing? You can adjust it. It looks like water resistant actually, because it looks like rubber proof and stuff like that. So it's like, seems like it's water resistant, so you can use it near water, which is something new I've seen for a guitar amp. But for Bluetooth speaker, I mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense. Oh, except for this exposed port here, they don't have a flat for that. It would be like, it seems like it could be water resistant except for this exposed part. But yeah, you can connect it to your computer with USB. Actually, I think this is how it's powered. Yeah, never mind. There's no DC adapter jack here. It has to be powered by USB-C. So you have to use a USB-C charger to power this. And this is the power button right here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's the power button. Yeah. And then up here, man, they make this really hard to read. Why is it you got to put this in the same, like, the whole speaker is black, right? And then the text is also black. The labels are black. So it's really hard to make out what it's, yeah, so it's, okay, so this is the power button right here on the side. I think there's also an LED here. And then you have LEDs here for 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess that's the presets. Maybe similar to what they, yeah, maybe similar to the Spark Mini I have, where you can just set your sound per preset because you use the app to interface with it, and then you can adjust the different app tunings, and you can set different presets for which amplifier combination you use in the app. So you can save 4 different presets here. So essentially you have access to 4 different tones at a time. This is volume right here, up and down. This is more like a Bluetooth speaker. up and down, and then headphone out and input volume here. And yeah, you adjust the input volume like this. Although this is music volume, then, oh, okay, where's the aux input? Okay, there's no aux input, so I'm confused about this music volume here. It's for Bluetooth, right? Okay. Yeah, okay, I see, that's how it is. So no aux input for this one, it's just Bluetooth. So you have to use Bluetooth to link it to your phone if you want to play backing track, and then adjust the volume for the Bluetooth here. And then this is the main input volume for the actual amp. Okay, so I'm honestly very surprised that they can make an amp out of this. Like, it almost seems like it's supposed to be a Bluetooth speaker, but then, and then later Positive Grid just decided to put a guitar amp in here and market it as a guitar amp too. I mean, just look at it. I mean, it's so different from any of these other amps, right? You don't have a 3-band EQ. The amp emulation, everything's done using the app. Yeah, there's no like other settings here, no aux input, and no battery power. You cannot power this with battery. You have to power it with a USB charger or USB battery pack, I guess. So yeah, it's almost as if Positive Grid was like, we're gonna make a Bluetooth speaker, and then last minute, oh, let's make it a guitar amp as well. It's like an afterthought, right? It just looks like a portable Bluetooth speaker. Anyways, yeah. Since this does cost more than any of these, I think it is fair to rank this as a guitar amp first, because you know we are looking at guitar amps here, and if you're going to compete in the same price range, then I have to be fair, and yeah, we're going to compare it as a guitar amp. So even though this thing looks more like a Bluetooth speaker, I'm just going to judge it mainly as a guitar amp. All right, so stay tuned, guys. I have Boss Katana Mini is the biggest. And then the Laney, which honestly I still love the Laney. The look of the Laney is amazing. Oh my god. Look at this nice blue Tolex looking thing. It looks great. Okay, so yeah, the Boss Katana Mini, the Laney STB Mini Lion, and then the Nux Mighty Lite, and then the Donner Cyclops, and finally the Positive Grid Spark Go. Okay, so yeah, stay tuned, guys. I'm going to do a comparison, testing all of these and see which one sounds the best to my ears, which one has the best features. Alright, so now we're going to do the testing of all these different amps, and I actually decided to add my Positive Grid Spark Mini into the comparison as well, just into the mix, because I already have this amp, and I think it sounds pretty good. Of course, it's not at the same price range as these other ones. This one costs about $225 US, which puts it more into competition with the Yamaha THR5 and other amps of that caliber, but still, I mean, it is around the same size as these other amps, even though the price is not. So I thought, okay, let's just do a comparison here anyway, so let me put it in here. And yeah, we're going to start off with the Positive Grid Spark Go. This is the smallest. You can see how tiny it is. I actually have to hook it up to the app, so I already did that. So you have to download the Spark app, connect it with Bluetooth and everything, hook it up, and I have to set my amp here, and there's a lot of different amp settings. So yeah, technically this one has a whole bunch of different features and different sounds out of it, because you have to connect it to the app, and then the app has a bunch of different amps and pedals and stuff on it. Okay, so right now I'm on the black face setting, which is the clean setting essentially. That's what it sounds like. Turn up the volume. This is the highest it goes. It doesn't go very loud, actually. Yeah, I guess this is the highest it goes. It doesn't go very loud. I'm on full volume on my guitar, too. I wonder if, because that's actually not very loud. Let's see, I'm on the blackface setting. Turn on the gain here for the booster. That makes it a little bit louder. Okay, so I can turn on the booster here. So I have, you have virtual pedals and stuff on the app. So I turn on the little booster here, and that increases the volume. Looks like it has some delay in here built in as well. Let's see. Some EQ, and we can put in an Echoplex delay as well. Okay, so that's with the Echoplex delay. Turn that off. Looks like by default there's some reverb on. Turn that off. Okay, no reverb. So yeah, it doesn't get that loud even when I put on the booster here. Yeah, I'm putting the gain up to the highest, actually. The level up to the highest in this booster. I mean, there's only so much you can do. Look how small it is, right? So you can't expect too much volume out of this thing. Especially not compared to these other bigger ones. I mean, it doesn't sound too bad or anything. It's fine. It's just not a lot of gain on tap, not a lot of volume on tap. Of course, having the app is nice, so I add reverb in. It's a hall reverb. We can add in a delay, the echo tape, which is based on the Maestro Echoplex. Yep. Yeah, I mean, can I change out the amp here? Let's see. Rhythm. Okay, so let's change to a lead sound. So this lead sound is based on I think this is a Bassman sound. So the clean sound is based on a Fender twin reverb type of sound. This lead sound is based on, I think, a Fender Bassman, looks like. Again, not too much gain on this one either. There's a little bit more than the clean, but yeah, it's still overall low volume. And I have the volume up to max here. Just to, yeah. So I already have it set to max. Yeah, so this is the highest it gets here. By the way, I'm playing a Gresh Electromatic Center Block Junior with TV Jones Duotron pickups here, which are kind of in between a Filtertron type sound and a PAF sound. It's a little bit harder than a typical Filtertron, so yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's switch to the Marshall Plexi. This is a Marshall Plexi. Definitely more gain here. Of course, I also have a tube driver on. Okay, turn off the tube driver. So yeah, Marshall Plexi definitely has more gain on it. Yeah, we can turn the tube driver on. This is without tube driver. Turn on the tube driver. Mid-range. With reverb, delay, and a tube driver. Okay, that's a pretty nice sound. And then we have a custom setting, which is, I think, the Eddie Van Halen 5150 Brown sound. So this is going to be pretty high. This is going to be pretty high gain, I think. With the tube screamer trick. So without tube screamer. With the tube screamer. I mean, all these are, I mean, this is typical, using the Positive Grid app, you can get so many sounds out of this thing, but none of it's going to be like, it's because it's small, so you're never going to get so much volume out of this. I mean, even with the high gain and stuff, this is really just for a very small room, I guess, or for travel. If you're traveling and you need to practice somewhere in a small room, this is fine, but it's never going to be that loud. It's not going to be as loud as any of these ones because this is just a small speaker. There's only so much you can do with that, right? So yeah, even on the highest gain setting, which is that Eddie Van Halen 5150 setting, yeah, it's high gain, but it's still not going to be that loud. So I mean, it is what it is. If you just need a small amp for practicing and you need like very small bedroom volumes, then sure. But yeah, it's never going to be that loud. Sounds pretty good though. I mean, I knew Positive Grid stuff sounds good. That's why I have the Spark Mini amp. That's why I still have it. Yep, so you have many different settings and sounds out of this thing because of the app. And the sound quality is very good because the Positive Grid stuff has always sounded pretty good to me. That's why I have these Spark Mini still, but it's just not going to sound very loud because it's just a small speaker. And yeah, you don't have too many settings just based on the speaker itself. You have to download the app. Like, if you use this without the app, it's very bare bones. So you pretty much have to download the app to be able to use this thing. It's very bare bones without it. But once you download the app, yeah, you got a lot of different you got a lot of different sounds out of it. Sounds pretty good. Just don't expect too much volume because it's a small speaker, right? All right, so the first setting, the first preset is a clean setting based, I think, on the Fender Deluxe Reverb or the Twin Reverb. So. Okay. Second setting is based on, I think, the Fender Bassman. So the first setting doesn't have much volume. It's too clean. It's not very loud. Second setting, yeah, I think Fender Bassman has a little bit more output. Oops. And the second lead setting is based on the Marshall Plexi, I believe. That's Marshall Plexi. The fourth setting is Brown Sound, Van Halen. out of the speaker, not good. Not the speaker can't keep up. I hear the speaker starting to distort. That's not good. I'm gonna play a backing track actually. Let's do a blues one in A minor here. So I'm using Bluetooth connected to my phone. So that's it. Yeah, for the positive grid Spark Go, my thoughts are, I mean, it's good for the size, and certainly on some, some settings it sounds pretty good. But I just think that for this price, you can just get one of these bigger ones, and you'll be better off. Unless you really need something that's like super tiny, compact, like a very small Bluetooth speaker thing. Sure, but I think in most of the cases, you probably want a bigger speaker than this. This speaker size just isn't very good as a guitar amp. It's too small, and it won't give you enough volume. And I already can hear the speaker starting to distort once I'm on the higher settings, so not very good. I'm going to test out the Positive Spark Mini now, the upgrade to this amp. So this one, yeah, I just don't think it's worth the price anyways. You're paying a lot of money for what, the app? I would say like the Spark Mini is probably the way to go if you want something that's actually like more usable. So the Spark Mini needs some time to charge. While that's charging, I'm just going to plug in the Boss Katana Mini, an amp I'm very familiar with, and then we can check out the tones on this. Let's do that. So this is the clean tone on the Boss Katana Mini here. Yeah, in my experience when I was using this, I found the tones on the Boss Katana Mini to be quite usable, but then again, I didn't compare it to these other amps at the time. But for me, for this size, it's pretty good. Although it's not very feature-rich, let's just say. It doesn't have an amp or anything, and it only has 3 channels, does not emulate any other amps. So this is a clean channel here. Actually, let's add a bit of... This is what happens when I add a bit of delay here. So it only has one effect, which is delay, so you add that delay effect here. So yeah, this is a clean channel here. everything, all the controls are set to noon here. So I'm gonna turn up the volume a bit and the gain a bit. This thing gets much louder than the positive grid Spark Go does, of course, because this is a bigger speaker, bigger amp. Turn down. I mean, we can increase the delay effect if you guys really want to hear it. Like this. So that's if you increase the delay effect. We're gonna turn it down a bit though. Yeah, like this. So yeah, my previous video, my last shootout with this guitar amp, I compared it to the Vox Rhythm Vox. This one just blew it away. It's just a bigger speaker, bigger amp, and it definitely sounds louder than the Spark Go. It's just a bigger amp, bigger speakers. As for the sound quality itself, it's pretty good. I also like the Spark Go's actual sound quality. It's just that it's too small, so it doesn't output enough volume. This sound quality, yeah, it's pretty good, but it just doesn't have the amount of different sounds you can get like on the Spark, because the Spark has an amp. This one doesn't. Anyways, that is the clean channel. Then we can switch to the crunch channel, which is the overdrive channel on this thing. So you can, so it's like a Marshall Plexi type of sound. Setting, which is the hot rodded Marshall slash Soldano slash Mesa Boogie type setting here. So this is the very highest gain setting. about this setting is, so you get more volume out of this amp, right, compared to the Spark Go. So you definitely get more volume out of this amp. It's just that the sound quality itself, I actually think the Spark Go has a better sound quality to it. It's just that it doesn't have enough volume. But I actually think that the Spark Go sounds better than this. Just that the Katana Mini, of course, sounds louder because it's a bigger amp. But in terms of the actual quality of the tones, I prefer the Spark Go actually. I mean, this has a decent Van Halen Brown sound and Marshall Plexi, but I think the Spark, the Positive Good does it better. So, yeah, I mean, which is why I think the Positive Spark Mini actually is the way to go, because if you want something that has a sound quality of the Positive Good, but just you need more volume, then that's what the Spark Mini is for. And really the Spark Mini is the proper comparison for these amps anyways, because it's around the same size. The Go is just too small. I don't know why they're charging so much for the Go, but yeah, it's not worth the amount that they're charging for it. I think that they should lower the price of the Go. And honestly, I don't even know who wants to use this as a guitar amp anyways. It's just, the volume is just too little. It's just a Bluetooth speaker. A very small portable Bluetooth speaker. I think the Spark Mini, I think, is the one that most people should go for, but it's just a little bit more expensive. Anyways, I want to hook up a backing track to the Katana Mini. I need an aux cable for it. Alright, so I'm going to play a backing track through the Boss Katana Mini. So in order to do that, I'm going to use the aux input here. So yeah, aux in. Because this one doesn't have Bluetooth. I think all these other ones have Bluetooth except for the Boss Katana Mini. Alright, and we're going to play the same track to jam on. I'm going to use the crunch channel for this. Oh, whoops. Am I actually playing it through this? I think I might be playing it through that one. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'll probably have to disconnect that. Okay, let's see. I'll see if it doesn't work. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I'm playing my backing track through the aux input on the Boss Katana Mini, and I'm going to use the crunch channel for this. Anyways, overall, my impressions of the Boss Katana Mini. So, like I said, I enjoyed using this guitar speaker back in the day because it was actually one of the best options out there. I mean, the other options were a Vox Mini, Rhythm Vox. There was a Black Star Fly 3. Like, there wasn't really that many good options out there for a really small, you know, battery-powered portable guitar amps like this. So for desktop guitar amps, I think the Yamaha THR5 might have been around back then, and I think the Yamaha was better, but it was also more expensive. Yeah, I mean, this is okay. But now we have many more options, so I have to say that I'm not exactly satisfied with the sound of this now. I think there's probably better options now. Back in the day I was, because there wasn't that many options back then. I didn't try that many other guitar amps back then, but nowadays I think there's better options because this isn't... Honestly, the sound is okay, but I think the positive good stuff I think does sound a little bit better. And I think that these other amps could have better sound as well. We'll have to try them out though. But yeah, overall, this doesn't have enough features for me. Yeah, it doesn't have that many features. No Bluetooth, no drum machine. There's only 3 channels. There's not that many amps, emulations or anything like that. So not that many features. Overall, the sound quality is okay, but I think it could be better. So yeah, I think there could be better options than the Boss Katana Mini, I think. Just it sounds louder than the Spark Go, of course, because it's a bigger speaker. But overall, I don't think I'm completely satisfied with that sound quality. I think it could be better. And that's where the Spark Mini comes in, actually. I do think that the Spark Mini sounds much better than the Boss Katana Mini. But let's just check it out. And by the way, I know that this wasn't originally part of the video, so I just want to give a rundown of the features. So you have... yeah, you have several different presets. You have 4 different presets just like on the Spark Go, except instead of selecting it with these this little button here, you use a dial to select it. So there's clean, solo, lead, and rhythm, different settings, and you can also add more through the app, of course. You have dials to control for the guitar volume and the music volume, which you play through the aux in, and of course guitar input here. On the back, you have a USB power. So this does not have any kind of battery. It's just like the Go, it does not have any kind of battery input, so you can't power it with a battery or an AC adapter. You have to power it with USB-C. You have a pairing button for the Bluetooth and the power on setting, and then aux in and a headphone out. So yeah, I think I would have preferred this to be, you know, to have the option for AC adapter or a battery, but yeah, it's only USB-C. But that's, I guess, okay because you can just use a USB-C charger to charge it instead of an AC adapter. So yeah, it's just that USB-C charger might not give it enough power, so make sure you get a powerful USB-C charger for it, not like one of those small bricks. Get like a big brick for it. Alright, so now I'm going to connect it with the Bluetooth. Alright, and yeah, just like with the Go, we have access to several different settings here. So let's see. Alright, so first up is the clean setting, which should be based on a Fender Twin Reverb here. Let me just make sure that I'm tuned here. Oh, come on. That's fine. Okay. Alright, Alright, so the first setting here is the rhythm setting, which should be a clean channel. This is based on Fender Twin Reverb or Deluxe Reverb here, just like with the Spargo. And there's a bit of delay and reverb here as well. Second setting is the lead setting, which is based, I think, on the bassman again. A lot of delay and reverb on that. Solo setting, which is based on the Marshall Plexi, I'm guessing. Marshall JCM 800 maybe? Then there's a custom setting, which is an even higher gain. I think based on the Soldano with brown sound, the Van Halen 5150 type of sound. So yeah. So yeah, overall I think this is a better sound than the Boss Katana Mini, but we can actually compare it side by side. Since the Boss Katana Mini, you can just use the AC adapter for this. Okay. We'll compare it side by side, but you guys will see what I mean here. I really do think that the Positive Good sounds better. Yeah, just straight into Katana Mini here. So compare clean channel here. So there's clean channel, the Katana Mini. Okay, so clean channel comparing the Boss Katana Mini here. Channel of the Spark Mini here. The Boss has a little bit more volume on tap for sure. This one has more effects because it has a very high level of reverb and delay. For the Boss here, let's turn up the delay on this one. This one is louder, but I don't think the sound is necessarily as refined as the Spark Mini is. Yeah, anyways, I think I like the sound on the Spark Mini better. I don't know about you guys. This Katana Mini is just louder, but it's not necessarily more refined. Yeah, but the sound's different, right? The crunch channel here, compare. Here, crunch setting here. This one also has an extra the Spark Mini seems to have more effects just built in. The Boss, let's see, the ground sound. Channel comparison, Boss Katana Mini. Channel on the Spark Mini here. Yeah, the Spark Mini has more effects built in than Katana Mini. Katana Mini only has the delay. I had to like kind of push it up. This one has a lot of reverb and delay on that setting. Let's try the crunch channel, which is the overdrive panel here. Spark Mini, crunch channel here. Yeah, more effects on there as usual. Let's just compare the Eddie Van Halen 5150 sound. Sound on the Spark Mini now. Effects on this one. That's funny, right? Because usually on the other settings, Spark Mini has a lot of delay and reverb. But then on the brown sound setting, they really should have more delay and reverb on that one, and a phasing sound too. Anyways, yeah. But this one has an extra preset setting. Overall, I think the Spark Mini is definitely a more versatile and a better sounding amp than the Katana Mini, actually. Although the Katana Mini sounds pretty good, but I just think that this Spark Mini just sounds more natural, and yeah, there's more settings on it, so you can just change a lot more with it, get a lot more tones out of it. The Boss Katana Mini doesn't have too many features, actually, so the Spark Mini would be the way to go. I know it's more expensive. It's more expensive, of course, than the Spark Go or the Katana Mini, but I would say it's worth it just for the amount of tones you can get out of the Spark Mini here. But yeah, we have three more amplifiers here to test out. So just out of those three, I would pick the Spark Mini, even though it's more expensive. All right, so let's check out the Nux here. So I haven't played a Nux before, but this is yeah, the Mighty Lite, and yeah, we have the option to either power this with USB-C or just a barrel jack adapter. I'm going to use the barrel jack here. Okay, and on here. Okay, so this one actually has a drum machine built in, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's see how it sounds. Okay, and now I didn't connect the app. I'm not sure if you really need to or not, but I know with the Spark you pretty much have to, but I'm not sure with the Nux you really have to or not. So let's turn up the volume here. So this is the clean setting. Oops, that's a lot of delay here. It doesn't have a lot of volume. This is actually, you know, in terms of power, it's only 3 watts, so it's not a lot. I'm gonna turn up the volume to max here. Even at max, it's not that loud. So this is a clean tone. Interesting. I turned down the reverb and delay and it's still pretty loud. Wonder why that is. Okay, I have to turn it like all the way down. If I just turn up the reverb and delay a little bit, it's very noticeable. I think they overdid it on the reverb and delay here. If I just turn it up a little bit, it's already like really noticeable. Turn up to like, if I turn it up anyway past like the 9 o'clock mark, it's too much almost. This is only like the 10 o'clock mark. If I turn up to 12 o'clock, it's really noticeable. If I turn up more, okay, that's too much. I don't know why they really overdid the reverb and delay effect here. Like, you don't need that much. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna keep it. You can't, like, I don't want to turn it past 9 o'clock on the reverb and delay, otherwise it gets way too much. Yeah, it's just funny. This is like it's like a really powerful, apparently this reverb and delay on this Nux amp, it has like 600 milliseconds of reverb and delay or something. Yeah, that's crazy. That's way more than on the Boss Katana Mini or the, even, like, you had to go into some settings on the positive grid to get that much. And it doesn't have much volume. This is the loudest it gets. So I guess I have to download the app because, really, I can't get any overdrive if I don't download the app, I guess. So I have to get the app then. Yeah, without the app, it's pretty bare bones. Okay. Without the app, it's pretty bare bones here. See, Nux My Networks. Okay, I had to pair it with the Bluetooth here. Let's see. Okay, Mighty SPT. Okay. Okay, so I pretty much have to connect it to the app. This is the Nux app here. I pretty much have to, otherwise this is so bare bones if you don't connect the app. Like, you only have this clean setting and that's it. At least on the positive grid Spark, like if you don't connect the app, you still get 4 presets. This one is like you only get 1 setting. So okay, this is the Jazz Clean. The deluxe reverb here. Sounds pretty similar. Okay, this one sounds different. So deluxe reverb sounds pretty much similar to Jazz Clean. Bassmate, which I guess is Bassman, Also sounds pretty similar to Deluxe Reverb, honestly. Tweedy, this sounds different. Okay, high wire. What's this? This is high watt? No, it's pretty clean actually. Cali Crunch. It's not crunch at all. What the heck? Class A30. This is Box AC30. Plexi 100 Marshall, of course. Alright, this one sounds pretty different. Like a Marshall Plexi at all. Sounds doesn't sound very good actually. I don't know what this is, but it's not a Marshall Plexi. I don't know what this is. It says Plexi 100, but it doesn't sound like a Marshall Plexi. Plexi 45. This is a JTM 45. None of these settings really sound very good. Brit 800, JCM 800. I mean. '87. This is a 1970s Marshall. Okay, this is a Soldano. Let's see, this is a Meza dual rectifier. Stage a super reverb. Oh my god, that's so thin sounding. Terrible. Z30 38. Oh my god. None of these amps are really any good. So far I haven't found any setting that I really like. These are all pretty nasty sounding. Oh my god, it's so dark sounding in this one. Oh my god, what's this AGL? Okay, I guess what's a Fireman? Fireman setting here? Guys, this is pretty terrible. Honestly, this is the worst sounding amp out of all this. I cannot find any good setting on this. This sucks. I mean, the Boss Katana Mini sounds so much better compared to this. Oh my god, none of these settings are any good. At least this has a drum machine. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Yeah, so it has a drum machine on it. bad. That's pretty fun. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can try to connect the aux in here. Okay, aux in, and now let's play that jam again here. Okay, let's play that jam here, and I'm gonna turn it up to classic DC30. Okay, that's about all I'm gonna play on this. Okay, can't play anymore on this. Like, this is okay. I don't really know what else to say. It's just the Nux amp is very disappointing. I can't really find any setting on this that sounds really that good. I mean, I guess the what is it? That Fireman setting is okay, but yeah, the rest of them, just like all the clean tones from this just sound very thin, and all the distorted tones here sound very muddy. So yeah, just none of the settings really sound good. And if you don't pair the app, by the way, you only have one setting, which is the Jazz Clean setting, which honestly isn't that great either. So yeah, I don't think I can recommend this, guys, because yeah, for this price you can get the Boss Katana Mini, which is actually better sounding. Or you can pay up a bit more and get the much better sounding Positive Good Spark Mini. So yeah, I can't really recommend this. It has a nice, it's a cool drum machine, but that's about it. I can't really recommend this. This is probably the worst amp I've tried so far out of these. It sounds terrible. Even the Go sounds better, and this is a I remember like saying you guys, like telling you guys, right, this doesn't have much volume, but at least it sounds much better than the Nux. So yeah, even the Boss Katana Mini, which I said doesn't sound as good as the Positive Grid, but it sounds better than the Nux. This thing sounds pretty terrible. So yeah, cannot recommend the Nux at all. That's probably my least favorite right now. Let's try the Donner here, the Cyclops. Cool name. And I'm going to use the barrel jack here. So yeah, this one has a lot of features to go through. So try them out here. Okay, so we have a bunch of different amp settings here on here as well. Okay. Okay, this one sounds pretty small too. We got to turn up the volume on this a lot. Why is it? Oh, plate reverb, and I'm gonna turn down the delay And I'm not going to have any modulation here. Okay, yeah. So this is the loudest it gets. I turn the volume up to max. Again, it doesn't have much volume here. Sounds very thin, actually. I mean, I have plate reverb. Let's try spring reverb here. Does that sound better? Yeah, the plate reverb doesn't sound very good at all. I think this spring reverb is what I'll go with. I'm going to add a little bit of delay here. And then, yeah, no modulation. This clean isn't very good sounding. Oh man, it's very thin sounding. And I have the volume dialed up to max too. Okay, so this is on the jazz clean. This sounds worse than the Nux actually, which is like saying a lot. Let's turn it up to the, what is this, tweed. Okay, let's turn it up to the tweed setting. Okay, tweed setting here. My volume set to max, right? Why does it sound so thin? This also sounds very thin. It doesn't. It's on full volume. So this is a tweed setting. Honestly, doesn't sound very good either. Yeah, we don't want to. The delay here isn't very good, so I just turn it off. This is the definition of thin, man. What? So thin sounding. What the heck? This is on max volume. There's no body to this sound at all. This is just so thin sounding. Okay, let's turn it up to, this is the UK, okay, this is JCM 800. Doesn't sound like a JCM 800 at all. Yeah, this doesn't sound like 800 at all. This sounds, okay, this is not JCM 800 at all. This is just like a louder version of that previous tweed setting. Seriously, this is tweed. This is JCM 800. Like, it just sounds like a louder tweed. It does not sound like a Marshall at all. What the heck? This is like a clean setting. I never heard of a Marshall JCM 800 being a clean setting. But okay. I can use this as a clean setting, seriously. Yeah, the JCM 800 setting is like a clean setting, and even then it's not a very good clean. And then we have the Vox AC30 setting, okay. Does this sound like a Vox AC30 to you guys? It does not to me. I don't know, none of these amp simulations are even close to what they're supposed to be. This is not an AC30, for sure. In what world is this an AC30? It's so dark. AC30s are supposed to be very bright sounding. This is very dark. they're all clean so far. I haven't really heard any distorted tones. Okay, let's turn up the gain a little bit more and see what happens. Still not that much gain, actually. Yeah, this is just like another clean setting again. I've never heard of an AC30 being this dark. Like that's not AC30. AC30s are bright and jangly sounding. It's not like dark like this. Okay, next up is this PV50. Oh, it's a Eddie Van Halen. Okay, so this is the brown setting, the Eddie Van Halen 1550 setting. This should be high gain. If this wasn't high gain, I mean... I can barely get any artificial harmonics out of this thing. Jeez. Yeah, I'm pretty high on the gain control too. I don't know what to say. They're all disappointments so far. US rectifier. That's the Meza Boogie. Let's try this out. Oh my god, this is so dark and muddy sounding. Setting I've heard in a long time. So nope, this rectifier setting is pretty bad. Oh my god, the positive grid stuff, it just blows this away. Like the Nux and the Donner, oh my god, this sounds terrible. Like the positive grid just blows it away. I mean, no comparison. Okay, and this is a flat. Flat means like there's no processing done on this one. Of course, it's very thin sounding. Yeah, I mean, so far all the amp models suck. What can I say? None of them sound like what they're supposed to. All the clean settings, they sound so thin. The JCM 800 doesn't have any gain on it, which is weird. I mean, it kind of does, but it's not like really a lot of gain. It's like more clean than gain, which doesn't make sense. The Vox AC30 setting sounds dark, not bright. It doesn't make sense because Vox AC30s are known for being bright. The PV setting is the only one that's kind of, I mean, it's not even okay, but it's probably the best sounding of these. And then the Meza Boogie, it sounds so dark and muddy. Oh my god, that's pretty terrible. Okay, let's play the drum settings. Okay, at least the drum machine can save it, just like with the Nux. Okay. I don't even know which setting I can use on this that's usable. I don't really like any of these. well, I have to say, like, just with the Nux, yeah, the drum machine is okay. It's fun to practice with. It's not gonna replace an actual drum machine, but it's okay. It's fun to be there. All right, let's hook it up the loop. Let's play this one. Turn it up to full, I guess. I don't even know what setting to use for this. It's just, it goes from this to this. Like, is there no in-between sound? Fine, I'm gonna go with this then. I guess this is AC30, right? Even though it's not. Okay, that wasn't fun. Yeah, nothing else to say about the Donner. It's so far the worst one yet. Yeah, it's worse than the Nux. I didn't know how that could be possible, but it's worse than the Nux. I mean, the Nux doesn't sound very good either, but the Donner is just, I don't even know what they were even thinking. Like, none of the amps sound very close at all. Okay, hopefully the Laney can be better than that. So we're going to try the Laney now. This is the STR, I guess Lion. Okay, so let's see here. Let's set the gain level, level tone, turn down the delay a bit. Okay. Power. I have to plug it in. Alright guys, for some weird reason I cannot seem to power this Laney amp on with the DC adapter here. I tried using the same DC adapter that I did for the Nux and the Donner and everything else in the Katana Mini. It doesn't work. It just, for some reason, doesn't turn on. So I had to use batteries. So yeah, I just installed a fresh pair of batteries. Now it works. So it's really weird. I don't know why I can't use my adapter that works for everything else. It doesn't work for this. Anyways, this is what the Laney sounds like. Let's turn up the volume more. All these amps sound pretty small. I mean, to be honest, I think the Positive Grid could have actually, it actually doesn't sound that much smaller than any of these other amps, even though it physically is smaller. The Boss Katana Mini, of course, does sound bigger, but all these other amps sound pretty thin. Turn up the volume to max here. Okay, now it's actually decent volume. So this is the clean tone of the Laney ST Tweed, I think. So yeah, you have some built-in delay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit delay on. So you guys know what if I turn out the delay, sounds like this. Yeah, so it's actually kind of opposite of the Nux. The Nux puts in way too much delay. whereas the Laney actually doesn't put much delay even if I turn it up to max. So it seems like the delay on tap here seems to be less, much less than, well, actually maybe similar to the Boss Katana, yeah. The Boss Katana Mini and the Laney both have reasonable amounts of delay time, whereas the Nux has like a large amount of delay time, so you can actually get a lot of delay out of the Nux, but you only get a little bit of delay out of the Laney and the Boss, which is fine. I think most people will not need that much delay, but just if you're looking for a lot of delay, then the Nux has a lot more on tap. Sounds pretty good actually. It's clean sound. Okay, let's leave delay to about there. Tone 12. Level. I wonder how level's different than volume, actually. Okay, I'm gonna turn up the gain a little bit. Okay, and there's only 2 channels to this one. So the Laney is actually probably one of the least fully featured. I mean, it does have Bluetooth, but there's only 2 channels here. There's just the clean channel and the overdrive channel, that's it. The Boss even has 3 channels, so this only has 2. So it's one of the least featured of all these amps. But it sounds pretty good. Pretty good, actually. This clean channel sounds pretty good. Let me just compare it with the Boss Katana Mini, actually. I think these 2 so far, besides the Positive Grid Spark Mini, I think these 2 are probably the next 2 best on my list here. So, let me compare these 2. Like this. So this is the clean channel on the Laney. To the Katana Mini here. Not bad. I think the Boss Katana Mini sounds a little bit more tinny, a little bit more artificial. They're pretty close, actually. I think Laney sounds a little bit more natural though to me, but it's by a small margin. Both of these are way better sounding than the Donner and the Nux, for sure. All right, let's compare the crunch channels here. Laney sounds better, right guys? Double check again. So, try this. More clarity to it. The Katana's crunch channel sounds more muddy, and the Laney's have more clarity. So I like the Laney's better. Try the Spark Mini for comparison here. Crunch channel, please. It's actually, it's on here. Here we go. That's interesting. I think the Laney actually, out of the box, the Laney sounds the best. I know the Positive Good Spark Mini has like, you know, a lot more customization and stuff like that. Sounds pretty good still, right? Positive Good sounds good. But the Laney out of the box without any kind of app or anything sounds really nice. Only has 2 channels, but both of them sound pretty good. Both the clean channel and the overdrive. So now I'm going to play the backing track now. Okay, yeah, I mean that does it, guys. The Laney sounds great. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's clearly, so the Positive Good Spark Mini, to be fair, it sounds pretty good. It's very versatile and stuff like that. And but it's not really in this comparison video because this is trying to compare similar pricing here. So these are all around the similar price here, and in this price segment, the Laney clearly wins. It's just the Katana Mini, sure, it sounds good sometimes, but yeah, but the Laney is just, it sounds so natural to me. And the Positive Good Spark Go sounds good, it's just too small. So it doesn't have much volume in it. The Laney, when I turn up the volume, it actually does have volume, just like the Katana Mini, which also has a decent amount of volume here. These two, it just sucks. They don't have enough volume, and none of them sound even close, to accurate for any of the things they're trying to do. So, yeah. So the Nux and the Donner, just forget about these two. These two don't, I wouldn't even consider them. Then the Positive Grid Spark Go sounds good. It just doesn't have enough volume. That's where I think the Spark Mini would probably be the better choice, but it's a little bit more expensive. Katana Mini sounds okay. Actually sounds decent, like something I would play through. Not like these two. I wouldn't even try to play through these ones. So the Boss Katana Mini is actually something I could play through, but when comparing to these two, yeah, it's just out of the race here. Laney sounds really nice for the price. Definitely, if you throw the Spark Mini in the comparison, then it becomes a little bit more difficult. The Spark Mini has more versatility, so you can get a lot of good sounds out of this thing, and the Spark Mini honestly sounds pretty good. So yeah, it's really between these two. This is more expensive though, so it's $230. The Laney is like $135, I think. So for the price, the Laney is the way to go for the price. I mean, this thing just, it sounds great. So you guys can clearly see it. You can clearly hear that it has more volume than these two and the Go, right? So these three are just in a class by itself in terms of volume, because these two and then that one doesn't have enough volume to begin with. But yeah, just the natural sound of the Laney is great. The overdrive channel sounds great. The clean channel sounds great too. Bright, crisp, lots of clarity on this. It's a great, really good, nice sounding clean channel. Yeah, sounds great. So there it is, guys. Between these five, the winner is definitely the Laney ST Tweed, I think. STR, what is it called? The STB Lion, yeah. The STB Lion. Yeah, so this is definitely the winner out of these five. Then if you have the money, then consider the Positive Good Spark Mini as well. It's a little bit more versatile. Also sounds pretty good. Alright guys, so basically the summary is that the Donner, it has a lot of features, but the sound just isn't there. And it sounds very small. There's not a lot of volume on it. So yeah, that's the problem. It really sounds the worst out of all these. It doesn't sound even close to the models it's supposed to be emulating, I guess. The Nux, again, just like the Donner, I don't get any of their models. It doesn't sound close to the models it's supposed to be emulating. The sound is a little bit better quality than the Donner, but still, it doesn't sound very good still. And just like the Donner, there's not enough volume on it. So it just sounds very small. The Boss Katana Mini, it's better than these two in terms of the sound quality, and it has more volume. However, the actual sound quality compared to these two, yeah, is not as good. So it's just kind of in the middle of the road between these. The Positive Grid Spark Go, this one, the sound quality is okay. The problem is that it's just too small, so the sound ends up sounding very boxy. And yeah, it's not enough volume as well, just because there's only so much you can do with the size, right? It just isn't as big as these guys here. So it doesn't sound as big, sounds kind of boxy, not enough volume. Laney, probably the best sounding out of these five here. Yeah, just sounds very natural. The clean channel sounds great. The overdrive channel sounds great. Now, it doesn't have a lot of features. It only has two channels, the clean channel and the overdrive. But if that's all you need, then this sounds really good. Both those channels sound great. So yeah, more natural sounding than the Boss. The Boss clean channel and the overdrive channel just sounds a little bit muddy here, and the Laney just sounds more cleaner and has more clarity. Now the Positive Good Spark Mini, even though it's in a different price category than these ones, more expensive than any of these. But I would say that if you were to add the Positive Good Spark Mini, then this one definitely deserves to be in the conversation as well. So compared to the Laney, it has more features, like you have an app and everything, so you can have more variety of tones. And I would say it sounds pretty good. It sounds like almost yeah, same level as the Laney. So yeah, if you guys can just pay up a little bit more, the Spark Mini is really good. Yeah, the sound quality is really up there. And the Laney is also up there too, but it's just the Spark Mini has more options and settings because of the apps. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my overview here. Out of the original 5, I'm choosing the Laney. And if you guys can spare a little bit extra, stretch the budget a little bit more, I recommend the Spark Mini as well. And if you guys want to compare with the Yamaha THR5 as well, since that's in the price category of the Spark Mini, I would say the Yamaha THR5 has more volume. It's just a bigger amp than any of these. However, the Spark Mini is still more versatile and has more different tones and different sounds than the Yamaha does. So, yep, that's just my conclusion and summary. And I'm just gonna play again once through all these, and then yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree or not? Just listen to the sound clips in my demo and let me know what you guys think. And yeah. All these are pretty interesting mini guitar amps, micro guitar amps. Honestly, like, yeah, if you're taking one of these somewhere for traveling, it's pretty cool. So I hope that this video has been helpful to some of you guys. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.